Learning by doing. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 281 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and this is the second episode of the Shower Diaries, a more introspective look into the Shower Podcast, where I share a bit the struggles and the experience of this journey, trying to bring you closer to the creation of the podcast. Before we start, as usual, if you end up liking this episode, remember that liking and subscribing really mean a lot for me. They're just one click, but they really, really make the difference. Thank you very much for considering it. So, these episodes are always a bit hard to do, given the fact that they are literally a stream of consciousness of my mind. But I have to say that I knew that I would have had days when I would have needed this format, and I'm happy that I started it because, today is the day. So, as you might have seen from the title, Learning by Doing, what I would like to share with you and this real struggle that I was facing today was that even though I am 280 days into this challenge, even though I've been able to stick to something for so long, and even though I consider that my capability to set my mind to the things that I want to do is pretty good, I still end up failing. And as I said, today was one of these days because procrastination really hit me. I struggle from the most basic tasks to just going 5 minutes to the grocery store to get something for dinner, and take today's episode as a reminder for you and of course also for me. In the end, this is the reason and the reason behind the existence of the Shower Podcast. But I would like to share it also with you, the fact that you should really, really, really not expect certain feelings to go away. So maybe this is something that I knew since the beginning of the Shower Podcast, and maybe at the start I kind of hoped this would have, let's say, disappeared somehow. But as I've realized, specifically by doing these episodes, is that bigger things need to change in order for you to actually bring a real change in your behavior and in the way that you handle certain things. The best example that I can give you, actually two, are, as I've described a few times in the past, the days in which I am either on vacation, but more in general when I'm always out of the house. Sometimes I'm almost not able to recognize myself for how efficient and for how little I have the tendency to procrastinate things. Because the duality of the way that I do things is that I'm not necessarily a person that struggles with action. I'm not a person that struggles to try to do things. What I struggle with, and the part of me that is mostly vulnerable in terms of procrastination, is the fact that I give myself some sort of buffer to be able to, let's say, move my tasks at the end of the day. And I still haven't found a real solution to just say, hey, do this now, otherwise. And I guess that the otherwise ties perfectly into my second example, and that is if my actions are tied to somebody else. That is, and I remember pretty vividly. I think was one of the first episodes. I think it was maybe the first one where I described this. So I encourage you to go listen back if you've never listened to it. And I was specifically saying that the moment in which I have to be responsible and be there for somebody with my priorities and my chores. So if I have, for example, and if I have to close and finish completely an episode of the Shower podcast before a certain time, I'm always able to do it because I know that I have no way of, let's say, falling back to another solution. But if I have to do it for myself, I end up like right now, even it was maybe 2 hours ago that I said that I wanted to do this episode, I still didn't do it. And I really believe that it all trims down to the fact of giving yourself a way out. Sometimes it's forced, sometimes it's disciplined, but I truly believe that it is the only way in which you can find a way out of procrastinating. And the lesson, and as usual, I try to bring something positive into these episodes, even though the Shower Diary, it's not meant for that as all the other ones. But I really want to emphasize how much, given that what I just said, I believe it's true. So the fact that you need to find a way to force yourself into it. The most important thing is doing it with something that you really enjoy. So be it putting yourself in a scenario in which you're comfortable to make that decision, to put yourself in a condition where the reward is bigger than the effort that you have to put in to stick to the time or to the plan that you have made for yourself. And overall, finding a space that enables you to be at your best. And for me currently, there are some things in my life that are putting me in that zone. There are others that are not, and that is okay. But let's say I'm happy that overall I've been able to identify them, first of all. And one of them is the Shower podcast. And I really believe that even though at some point this will be over, I will still be able to, let's say, remind myself of what I was able to do. And just stick with it when it will matter. Having said that, that was all for today. Thank you very much for listening. I really hope that you enjoy these episodes of the Shower Diaries because, they are a bit different compared to the ones in the actual shower. Because there, I have the camera, I have to look at myself. It's different. I don't know. Maybe this is the reason why only audio podcasts are such a special thing, also for the producers, because it's not just about reading a script. In this case, there is no script, as you might have imagined. It's a very powerful tool, and maybe we'll dedicate an episode to what it can do for you. If you made it so far, again, thank you very much for listening. Feel free to interact with this content in any way, shape, or form you like, be it a comment, a like, whatever it is. I will always be happy to see that. And until the next one, as usual, stay consistent, stay resilient. This was the Shower Podcast, and I'll see you tomorrow.